Happy Book Talk Tuesday. It's been a while. I haven't seen you guys since May. So thanks for joining me today for our first Book Talk Tuesday of the school year. So I had a huge stack of books I took home over the summer. I mean, probably 15 books I took home from our library. And I ended up reading 3.5 of them. I borrowed a couple, about 4 Bluebonnet books from a friend of mine that we didn't have in our library yet. They're coming, but we don't have them yet. So I borrowed some of her Bluebonnet books. I read a couple of young adult books. I read a book for my book club. I read a couple of health books, and I read a lot of magazines. So the stack that I usually like plow through during the summer, I really deviated from that, which is not normal for me, but that's okay. So I picked books that I've either wanted to read for a while or that I were brand new and I thought I might just pick them up. So one for the Murphys I've been wanting to read for a long time, and it's about a girl named Carly whose mom is a little bit out there. She flies by the seat of her pants. There's never any plan. They might or might not have a place to live or sleep for the night. They might or might not have food. She might or might not go to school. She doesn't know what to expect with her mom. Well, then something happens and her mom makes some pretty bad decisions and she ends up in the hospital. Her mom does. So Carly has to go into foster care. And so she is matched with a family that welcomes her in and treats her like she is just part of their family and that she was just born into this family. They do things for her that no one's ever done for her. They say things to her that just make her fill with just love and joy, and she doesn't know really how to handle that. So she starts thinking, you know what, maybe I could live with this family. This is a family I could live with. And about that time, her mom does something that really, really changes things for her again. So that I loved it. And I also, this author also wrote Shouting at the Rain and Fish in a Tree, and both of those books are amazing. Good realistic fiction books. Okay, Bump I picked because I don't like wrestling or fighting. I don't like it. I just don't. And I thought, well, why do we need a book about that? But I know there are other people who like it, and I know that there's a lot of money to be made with this. So it's about a girl who was actually in gymnastics, and she was there were some girls in gymnastics that were just really ugly and unkind to her, and it made her dread going and just feel sick about having to go to gymnastics. So she ended up just quitting, which that's really not ever the answer, right? You don't just quit something, you try and figure out how to fix it. She never mentioned to anybody what was going on. Nobody knew why she was, not wanting to do gymnastics anymore. So she had always watched wrestling with her dad, who passed away, and she loved watching wrestling. And so she meets the owner of of an elite wrestling gym in town, and ends up starting to train there. Her mom's not real happy about it, but she's training there, and she's really, really loving it, and actually pretty good. But then something happens where the gym might be shut down. So it was good. It was a good book, even though it's about wrestling. Still a good book. The Honest Truth by Dan Gemeinhart. I will read anything this man writes. He is an amazing author. I connect with all of his books. This one is definitely not happy. The Honest Truth is about a boy who has cancer, and he and his grandfather had planned to go climb a mountain, and a specific mountain. And his grandfather died, and now he has cancer and may die from it. And so he wants to climb this mountain before he dies. So he runs away. He takes his dog, a camera, a notebook, and a little bit of money, and he's going to go, and he has a plan. He's got things planned out. He's going to go climb this mountain. And it is winter time, and it's a terrible time to be climbing a mountain, but he is determined. And the struggles that he goes through just trying to get to the mountain and climb the mountain just to get there, just you kind of forget that he even had cancer, that he was dealing with that along the way. Anyway, I love it. I love realistic fiction, and he is just such a great author. So then I started reading Scar Island. So Scar Island, see, I didn't finish. I've started it. Is also by Dan Gemeinhart, and it's about this island where boys are sent who have done something really bad. This is their sentence. The judge will sentence them to Scar Island. It is not pleasant. It is not pleasant. It is not someplace anyone wants to go. Um, the boys are treated just very poorly, very, very poorly, barely fed, have to work. It's not good. And then something happens to all of the adults on the island. So that's where I am. That's where I am right now. So I had to stop this one because I haven't read a book club book for my adult book club since like the end of May. And I promised I would read the one for September. So I stopped so I could finish my book club book. And then I'm going to come back to this one to finish this one. Anyway, I'll talk to you about some of the Bluebonnet books that I read over the summer, because I also listen to some books. There are lots of books I listen to as well. So I'll talk to you about those and some of our new books in our library. We've got lots to talk about this year, and I am so excited to be back with you guys. Have a great day. I hope you saw some amazing books that you might want to pick up. So why don't you go grab a good book and read some.